Oh, hi guys.
Hi.
Hi. So thank you. Hi. Thank you very much for taking some time and listening to us. We are finally alive.
Yes, and we are finally live as well.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant to deny. We've been alive for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah. So my name is Monica, and I come from Czech Republic.
And I'm Eleonor, and I'm from Sweden. And like you heard in the jingle, we're Manelli Talks. And so why are we making a podcast, you might ask? And to begin with, we've been friends now for what, two and a half years?
2.5 years, I think.
Ish, yeah.
Ish, yeah.
Feels like forever.
It does, doesn't it?
It does, but it did the
Time
first
flies.
5 minutes, though. It really did.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably less than that.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. No, but it feels like forever, doesn't it?
It
2.5
does.
years.
I mean, about 2.5 years only. Yeah, gosh. So,
Gosh.
without even knowing that this is what it was going to lead to, I think we've been practicing for a podcast. Anyone who works with us knows that this is how we sound on a regular basis. So
I don't think we had to even practice. This
No.
is just like naturally. I mean, the main reason behind it, why we wanted to have a podcast, was mostly because I personally feel like we are having interesting conversations, and maybe like many people, they are surrounded by us. They think that we are funny.
at least they say it to our
They
face.
do.
What they say behind our backs, let's not go there.
We
but,
don't
you
care
know.
about that because we don't hear it, right?
No, we think we're funny.
I think so too, though.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of fun together. And so, why not share that for everybody else to laugh at as well?
And that was the initial thought, like, why don't we just share? Why don't we just share what we want to say?
Yeah, and then we realized that we have very similar experiences in life. Like we've done on a 10-year difference, also on completely own initiatives. We've been doing a lot of the same similar things in ways, gone to the same places almost,
Traveling,
from the same
mostly.
age, and we just felt like we wanted to share some of the things we've learned on our journey.
Experienced. We visited the same places, not at the same time, as you could read in the description. We never traveled together. Have we? No, we never traveled
Only to
together.
Bergen.
Yeah, well, that counts, right?
It counts.
Oh, just FYI, we are based in Norway right now. I'm not sure if we actually mentioned that or not. But this is, if I should talk about me right now, this is my third that's my third country that I lived in, that I actually feel like I want to stay at this point. I feel like I'm kind of settled and everything.
Third country aside from the one you were born in. So fourth.
Oh, yeah, well, see, I already forgot about my home. About my home. Because I consider this is my home.
Home, who cares?
Gosh,
we
yeah.
do, we care.
You care. Yeah, so this is my third country at this point, Norway. We are based in
A small town.
a very small town.
small
It's a
town.
small valley.
very,
should
very
we-
central, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the name is, can I say that?
Yeah, you can say it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What if a lot of paparazzi are going to be coming now? And
Oh,
then
please, honey, we're already famous,
Oh, yeah,
the
well.
amount of people that sees on a regular basis where we work.
That's true, though.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, so we are placed in a small valley. It's like a small villagey townish. It's not too small, not too big.
I would call it a town.
It's a
more than
town.
a village, because
Yeah.
there's under 5,000 inhabitants in the municipality, which in this area is quite a lot. I mean, I don't have the exact number. It's 4,800 and something. I'm sorry, Kommune.
I thought you were just going to say, like, I don't have the exact number. It's like 4,736-ish.
It's more like 4,872-ish. I think. It's going to be lots more now. But
Yeah,
no, it's
we're growing.
in a valley called Hallingdal.
Hallingdal. Also,
Hallingdal.
the place is called, get ready. Oh, yeah, okay, well. Okay, it is. There is actually a funny story that goes with it right now, because as Eleanor is from Sweden, so she's a Scandinavian person. So anything to do with Norway or the words, the language and stuff, it kind of natural to her, I would say. But
somehow, yes.
somehow, yeah. But obviously not for me, because when I came to Norway, it was about 2.5 years ago now. That's where our friendship started.
Yes,
because
it did.
She's been here before already for many years. And I arrived 2.5 years ago not knowing anything. I didn't know how to say hi, how to say bye, how to say thanks. Nothing. Thanks. I had no idea like how to say a single word. FYI. And then I arrived to Norway. I was at the train station, and then I had to buy a ticket to the place that I was going to, which was here. And then the guy was like, "So where are you going?" And I was like, "Well, I would like to buy a ticket." I was talking in English, of course. And I said, "I would like to buy a ticket to Gol." And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Well, Gol. And he was like, "I don't understand." And I was like, "Well, the Gol, Gol." And he just didn't understand where I was going. And I said, Gol. And I had no idea
No.
how you guys pronounce those things. Because just so you know, their O, it's pronounced as ooh.
Ooh.
So the correct thing is to say gul.
Yes. I usually say, when I say it in English, I say to an English-speaking person, I say, "I live in Ghoul." And then they think oh, that's the cool name, because it sounds like ghoul, as in the ghost.
Yeah?
Yeah. But it's not.
No. No, well, but I mean, that was kind of hilarious because I was like, this is such a short word. Goal in my head is goal. Like, how else can I say it? But then at some point he actually understood where I was going, and here I am.
Yeah, but I mean, I do remember you on the very, very, very first day that we met.
I remember you too.
I remember you
Forever.
No, but I mean, you said after like 5 minutes of conversation, you said that, "Oh, I feel so bad for not knowing Norwegian. Like, I don't even know how to say hi." And I was like, "It's hey." Basically the same thing. But I mean, you've been in Norway for less than 24 hours and you're expecting people to expect you to speak Norwegian. Like, hey, like, give it a break. Like, just,
Because
go with it.
Yeah. I'm very self-judging, you know.
Well,
I know as well. But yeah, so that was us meeting 2.5 years ago, where I just fell in love, obviously, with Eleanor because she was super nice.
Likewise.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
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 So I would like to apologize on beforehand. Well, actually, no, but I'm just saying, like, the accents are gonna go all over the place. Like, don't even question it.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, it is what it is, okay? But yeah, so I mean, that was your first experience coming to Norway, but why Norway?
I don't know. I just don't know. Well, first of all, I was 19 years old, where that was the time that I decided to leave Czech Republic for the first time ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it was the same for you, wasn't it? We both were 19.
We were both 19 when we started, yeah. Like,
Well, we are not the same age, just so you know.
no. Maybe in our heads we are, but
Mentally.
in my head we
I'm
are.
younger.
But
I'm younger.
but Monica's younger, yes, she is. Anywho,
Yeah, no. So then I was 19.
Yeah.
So was Eleanor.
but I mean, when did you first? Just to go back to basics, like, when did you first feel like, hey, I feel like when I go old, I wanna live somewhere else than Czech Republic? Like, do you have a sense for that?
Honestly, I was always a daydreamer. I was always daydreaming about being somewhere, and I kind of always felt like Czech Republic. And it just isn't. And it never, even now, like, I mean, obviously I love my hometown, don't get me wrong, and my friends and all, but I don't think I would want to live there. No, I don't have any specific reason. No, I just didn't feel like I belonged there. Let's put it that way.
So you felt that at an early age then, and then you wanted to go explore?
Yeah. I don't really have the first recollection of when it started, but I just always knew that I just should be somewhere else. And for me, at first, I thought it's going to be America, and I guess it was the same for you.
Yeah, it was for me as well, yeah. I was going to be a country singer in California with a pink Cadillac.
Oh, pink is my favorite color.
I keep telling myself that mine isn't. Mine is actually green, but I end up buying pink stuff. I don't know why. It's just subconsciously. But
Well, I buy pink stuff on purpose.
yeah. But I'd seen one of those cars because where I grew up in Sweden, there's a large community of people who likes vintage cars, and so in the summertime you would see people with their nice. I'm not even sure it was a Cadillac, but to me, anything that was a convertible with a long car that was a convertible American car, it was
Without
a
a
Cadillac.
roof?
Without a roof, yes, yeah, convertible. So to me, it was a Cadillac. Anyways, I'm sorry, Fantastics, if I'm saying it wrong, but you know.
Yeah.
No, so I wanted to be a country singer. And I was 6 years old when I first realized it, actually, that I wasn't going to live where I was born.
6?
6, yeah,
Wow.
that was my earliest memory.
That's pretty soon.
It is.
There's much more to it, but you know, maybe maybe next time. All right.
Maybe next time,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So you were 6, and then you had the dream. No, was it a dream or was it just like a fantasy that you had?
Isn't that the same?
No. Or is
No.
it?
Well, I mean, to me, I think it was a dream. Actually, I wanted to achieve that. I mean, music was always a big deal.
But you are a great singer, first of all.
Well, great. I wouldn't say great. I'm better than a lot of people, but way worse than
That
more.
was so nice.
But I am though.
No,
I
you
mean,
are.
yeah,
The
but-
way you just I'm better than a lot of people. You are, all right?
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'd like to think so. You're allowed to toot your own horn, aren't you? I mean, that's a part of, feeling good. Anywho, yeah, no. So that was that. And then to make a long story short, I mean, I never really felt like I didn't hate where I came from. Like, it's a beautiful place. But it was always, there was always like the look forward of, I want to go somewhere. I want to be somewhere. I was going to live somewhere else. I was going to live in Canada, for crying out loud, in the middle of the nowhere.
Surrounded by bears.
Bears and horses.
Jeez. Yeah.
Okay, so I saw White Fang, okay, and I was inspired. I wanted to move to Klondike. But, I mean, 1 week after high school, I ended up here in Norway, in Gol, actually.
How did that happen?
Me and my 2 girlfriends, Angelica and Emily, we were
Hi,
gonna...
Angelica and Emily.
Hello, shout out.
Little shout out. Hi.
Let me shout out to you.
Yeah.
No, we were looking for a summer job for each other, like that we all 3 were going to go to. And then Angelica had a friend who was here the year before. And so we got a job in Gol. To be honest, the night before we went here, I still didn't know where I was going.
Oh.
I had no idea. Me and my parents, we were opening the atlas because back in the days we didn't really have internet, and so
That's how old Eleanor is, yes.
You had a map book. Yes, that's how old I am. And you had to go through the index to find the town, and then you had to find the right square on the right page.
Oh my god. It sounds like really long time ago, yeah.
Well, it really was. This is not a joke, even. And it said Gol, and we were like, okay, cool. So I guess we're going there then. And then the next morning, me and my 2 friends are driving. And up until I arrived in Gol 12 hours later, because we did a wrong turn somewhere.
Of course.
Yeah. I didn't even know what I was working as. I was only told to bring a pair of black shoes, and that was all.
That was it?
That was it.
So then, like, one of your friends just said, hey, let's go work to Norway, and we are going to go, and that's it?
Obviously, it came up during the ride where we were like, so do you know what we're doing? And she's like, no, I mean, I don't really know. We might be doing cleaning. We might be doing restaurant. We don't know. And so
But I mean,
when
who cares?
when we arrived to the place where we were staying, the manager of the restaurant, she was Emma. She
Hi,
came
Emma.
and met us. Hi, Emma. And we were like, so what are we doing? They're like, you're going to be waitresses. And we're
Oh.
like, cool, never done that.
Never before?
Never. And we started with a banquet that day.
Oh, big one.
A 3-course meal served banquet. Yeah,
And then you were doing waitressing for the first time.
that was my very first time.
How did it go?
I spilled a glass of red wine on top of the head of a white-haired man.
Oh.
Yes, he was so sweet. He gave me 2 kroner tip.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I think, do you know what? I feel like this is like the very first thing that happens to everyone, that you just spill the red wine. It's
Yeah.
never the white.
No.
It's never water.
No.
It's always red wine.
It is.
Because why not?
You just got to get it out of the way, because once you've done it, it's not so hard when you do it the next time.
Yeah.
Because you will spill.
You will spill.
Oh, yeah.
You
Big
will
time.
spill.
So that was what I did when I was 19. I was here, and where did you go when you were 19?
When I was 17. No, when this is, by the way, a little bit of our ADHD. Me and Eleanor were
Undiagnosed, but still.
undiagnosed, but still, yes, it's obviously self-diagnosis here. That when we hear like few words or some kind of lyrics from some certain song, we just sing. So that was it. Yeah. So when I was, just so you know, when I was 19, it was freshly after I finished my studies in Czech Republic, and I really wanted to go somewhere. It's supposed to be America. It didn't work out because I just didn't speak very well English. I mean, not very well. I didn't speak English at all before, even though I thought I did, and I didn't. So I couldn't get to America. And then I was like, okay, well, what am I gonna do now? And then there was one girl. We are no longer friends. It used to be my friend.
Not necessary.
Nah. But anyway, her cousin used to work in England, and she was working as an au pair to a certain family, and she was actually leaving, and she needed someone to take over because she was leaving, so she needed a replacement. And then I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna go, and it took me literally 24 hours. It was Thursday. I had the interview, and on Saturday morning, early afternoon, I was in England.
That's really cool, though.
I had 24 hours
Well,
to say goodbye.
Thursday to Saturday is not 24 hours, though.
Well, as in, well,
No.
let's say it was,
No.
let's say let's say Thursday, late afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
24
So-
hours later is Friday late afternoon.
Why then? Okay. Well, let's say Thursday late afternoon, yeah? Then you can't do anything because all the offices and everything is closed. So on Friday, I had one day where I had to say goodbye to everyone, pack, do all the paperwork that I had to do when it comes to insurance and blah, 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 blah. And then very, 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 very early on Saturday morning, one of my father's friend, he drove me to the airport, to Prague, to the airport. It was the very first time in history that I left alone. I left my home, my hometown, my family. I flew for the first time. That everything was for the first time.
Yeah, and you didn't really know English either.
No, not at all.
No.
Because the problem in Czech Republic is also that everything is dubbed. Like we don't have, like you guys, if there is someone from Czech Republic right now, ahoy. So then you shout out to ahoy people. So then you know that we don't really come across with Czech language. English language I meant. So it was kind of a journey, yeah, because that host mom, the one from the family that I was supposed to work for, that I worked for as well. So then she picked me up at the airport, and then she was talking to me, and I mean, I do you also have the feeling like American English is much easier to understand than British?
No, not really, but it's probably because of what you're used to hearing. So if you heard, obviously you didn't hear it on TV because it was dubbed, but you probably heard American music, and even the English sing with not everyone, but a lot with an American accent when they sing. And so I think that's probably why, because if you grew up with British television, you know, that would be easier for you to understand now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but honestly, like facing that kind of language for the first time, like for real,
Yeah.
you know,
Big deal.
not like at school and stuff. Yeah, it was a big deal. So then she came, and then I'm not gonna say her name, but she came. She picked me up, and then she started to talk to me, and I was looking at her like, okay, well, I didn't know anything. Yeah. And then I don't really remember. It's like a big blur now because it's a long time ago. But then we sat in a car, and then we were driving, and I was so overwhelmed and amazed by the houses and like the double decker, because I've never seen this. I've only seen it in movies, right?
Yeah.
And then I really wanted to react to it, and I was like, and all I could say was, "Wow, ooh, oh, pretty," because I honestly, like, I thought I could speak, but I just couldn't,
No.
because the bumping into the reality of the actual language that you actually have to speak.
It's kind of a pinch my arm moment, though, like
Yeah.
where you can't believe you're actually there, and
Yeah.
now, like, this is my reality right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was really, 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 like, really overwhelming experience. Really, like, daunting, I would say. Like, really like that.
But at the same time, I mean, coming from, like, again, we have the same experiences because it's all about, like, throwing yourself out there. You grow so much and you learn so much in such a short time. Because if you allow yourself to build up the anticipation and allow yourself to have time to be nervous about something, then you're just going to make it worse in your head. But if you don't have time for that and you just throw yourself in it, you know, it's going to be so much better because you have to go in like fight mode kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like, you
no,
have to succeed.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. And
There's no net. There's no safety net.
it's no safety net, no. No, but I mean, to be honest, I'm very super grateful that I did it. Because then obviously everything happens for a reason. And this is the, like, and then I've traveled a lot more. I was actually, like, to make a long story short, I was in England for about 6 or 7 years.
It's quite a long time now.
That's a long time. Yeah, I think it was actually 6 because then I have to be very careful. I'm not very good at math, but I think it was about 6 years I was there.
I don't think anyone's counting.
No. But then when I'm going to tell you guys how long I've been into, what's it called? New Zealand. I forgot, for example. And then I had a little gap in Czech as well. And then I am here in Norway for about 2.5 years now. So then it has to kind of add up. Yeah, so about 6 years in England. Obviously, after some time, I was working as an au pair for some time. Then I got fired.
Which is another story.
Which is another story. I got fired. Yeah. I got actually fired from both families. I had 2 families. This is the next story. Then I was working as a waitress.
And there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then at some point, because my English was obviously getting better and better and better, thank you. Then I was working for an insurance company, which was amazing. And at some point, I decided to leave after 6 years because I felt like, do you know what? That's it.
Want to try something new?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
Evolve.
yes, because so then, and you came to Norway, right?
I did.
And after
I did. So yeah, no, I came here and eventually I would say I wouldn't say I mastered the art of waitressing, but I mean I did a lot better than the first day. So, but I was supposed to be for 6 months, but I stayed for 9 because I wasted all of the money that I earned on CDs. We had a record shop here in Goole back in the days, and I used to go there and buy all the CDs because the guy who worked there was cute. And as you would.
As you would.
Yeah. And then I remember on New Year's Day, like the year after, New Year's Day 2005. Yeah, I might as well. I came here in 2004. So New Year's Day 2005. January 1st, I had
we should be careful with
20 kroner.
Oh my god. Also, like if we're gonna be saying those like years when we came, at some point they're gonna figure out how old we actually are.
Well, it's not a secret though. It's not. I mean,
What?
well,
Just saying.
I'm not ashamed.
Me neither.
No.
Just saying. Go on. So you had
Cool.
20 kroner.
I had 20 kroners to my name on January 1st, and I'd already been working here for 6 months, hence the next 3 months.
extra.
The extra, yeah. So, I did that. Had a blast. I mean, oh dear Lord, it was so much fun. So much fun. Being 19, doing that, absolutely smashing fun.
Wow.
And the place that we lived in, the hotel, we work in a hotel. The hotel that
We're slowly uncovering ourselves here.
yes, indeed, yes.
Hmm.
No, but it was they have this big building that staff lives in.
Mm-hmm.
And back in the days when we were mainly just Swedes there, whew, it was fun. We had so much fun. And being 19, 20, around that age, good fun. So those extra 3 months, I mean, I wasn't crying. I'll tell you that.
Well, I can't imagine.
And then I always had a dream to go to Ireland because I felt Irish. I think I was Irish in a different life, you know.
I know. You are such Irish in your heart.
Yeah, in my heart, I'm Irish. You know, to you Irish people over there. I used to live in Dublin for a while.
Dublin.
So I moved over to Dublin. I'm going to switch to Irish now for anyone who listens. No, but I moved to Dublin after that, and just had again. I had such a blast, best time of my life. One of them, anyways. I was sitting online because my parents had a computer by then, and
Wow.
I booked a trip, and then 5 days later, there I was, and I had never been to Ireland. I didn't do really much of a research either. I didn't go and Google anything about Dublin. I just knew that I wanted to go, and so I got the ticket, went over there. I booked a hostel the night before I went, actually, and I had no idea what time of, like, what part of town that was in. Was it, I mean, was it central? Was it on the good side of town? Was it on the bad side of town? Because that actually matters in Ireland, in Dublin. Where was it? I had no idea, but I was like, okay, fine, I'll just figure it out. Anything, like, to me, things always work out somehow. And I think
Yeah.
that's a matter of, like, mindset. But for me, things have always worked out, no matter how shitty they were.
Yeah,
They
I-
always work out, and so it
absolutely.
went.
Yeah. I absolutely agree with that because
went.
our mindset really is about like everything happens for a reason.
Yeah,
Like it really does. Come on, like
yeah.
if you feel like something is really wrong or whatever, it's never so bad as you actually think at that moment.
things work out.
So then it worked out for
works
you.
out,
So
yeah.
then you booked the correct one, yeah.
I did. Well, yes, the first one was correct. The second one was wrong, but that's a different story. But I got there eventually. And I got to the hostel. I was there for about 2 weeks while I was looking for an apartment and found one in Temple Bar.
Oh,
Yes. It was a really fancy apartment. Me and some Italians and Spaniards had a blast. And I worked in a clothing store in Grafton Street. It was very remote at Grafton Street. It was kind of... Yeah, it was very,
nice.
very, very essential. Anywho, yeah, no, so I did that on my 20th and 21st year.
So how long did you actually live in Ireland?
I was in Dublin for 9 months.
Dublin for 9 months.
I was in Dublin for 9 months. I was supposed to be there for 6 months, but I've stayed for 9.
So but this is exactly the same thing that you did in Norway then, because it's supposed to be
Exactly.
6 months for you in Norway, yeah. Then it was 9.
Yes, but the reason of staying was different though, because in Norway I stayed for an extra 3 months because I was out of money. In Ireland I stayed for an extra 3 months because I had even more fun. And the only reason I left was I felt like I need to leave now, otherwise I'll never leave because
But-
I'm having the best life.
Yeah. Sometimes it's the best thing to leave when you're having the most fun. But did you go to Ireland alone or?
Yes, I didn't know anyone.
So you went all alone?
All alone, didn't know where to go, didn't know anyone. So I went to when I came to Dublin Airport, I found the shuttle bus going into Dublin bus station. And when I got to the bus station, I just started asking people. Well, I didn't ask random people, obviously. I asked people who work there, how do I find this hostel? Because I don't really know where it is. Thankfully, it was only like maybe 5 blocks away. But I had quite the amount of luggage, and it turns out it wasn't on the fancy side of town.
Oh no.
Yeah, but it was fine. I went there and it went well. It was during the day, so. But I was told early on, though, that because I went out and I withdrew money from the ATM late at night, just, naive, thinking that's totally fine. And they're like, did you go up under a fucking box, eh? You're on the wrong fucking side of town. Just last week, a man was shot in the leg in a bar around the corner here.
Oh my God.
For wearing the wrong colours. And you're out here, 20-year-old girl, taking out money from the ATM at 10 o'clock p.m. So I learned fast.
But how could you know? Like you've never been there before.
And I mean, I grew up in a small town, and the first place I went to after I moved from that small town was Goole. And so, I just assumed that everyone's fine.
Everyone
there's
is
a,
nice
there's a
and
rainbow
friendly.
around every corner.
Exactly. Reindeers and rainbows and little birds.
Yeah.
That actually reminds me a story where when I was living in England, once I wanted to surprise my sister, and it was her birthday. I don't remember. It's quite a long time ago. And I wanted to surprise her by taking her to Paris.
Paris.
So I took her to Paris. So then at first we went to London, yeah. And then we just got on the bus with one of my friends as well. And then she had no idea where we are going. Fast forward, we ended up in Paris. We got off the bus. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning. And again, we had no idea where we are going. I just booked something randomly online. I had no idea where it was.
And obviously you speak French, so you can get around, right?
Yeah, I speak French, yeah.
En français,
Français, fluent français, yeah. And then we just got off the bus and we were walking. Just like randomly, like we had a sat nav in the phone. And then we were looking for the hostel.
Mm-hmm.
As we were walking, did you know that Paris is kind of dangerous as well?
Well, I did, yes.
I didn't know, I had no
I
clue.
didn't even take the metro because I heard it was
Metro.
dangerous.
Metro.
Yeah, the metro. Yeah.
They have a metro, yeah.
They do,
Metro.
and I hear it's dangerous, so I didn't go.
Yeah, no, we took it the daytime, yeah, but when we were looking for the hostel, we at some point ended up in one street. You know, this is those common mistakes that you do when you have no research and you don't know anything. We turned right. We shouldn't have.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was full of those. It doesn't matter what these people are. Obviously, that's not what I'm saying at all. But it was full of. Can I say that or not? I'm not sure.
It depends on what you're about to say.
Like the color of the.
No.
No. It was full of people.
Yes.
It was people. Many people in the street, and they crossed the street in front of us, so then we couldn't walk past. And I was like, shit. Like, shit.
Yeah.
You know, and they were just
Because they were scary looking.
absolutely scary looking. It was pitch black dark in Paris, and we didn't know where we were going. And I was like, fuck, like we shouldn't have come here. And they just like went around us. No, it was actually a very scary experience. And then they were like, where are you going, guys? They were talking to us in French at first, but obviously my French wasn't very this now, yeah. But so I didn't. And then we said, hi, we are going. We and they were like, oh, you speak English, yeah? Like, yeah. Now, where are you going? Well, we are just looking for the hostel. And then we didn't want to tell them. It was like, what's
Where
the
it
name?
is,
Yeah, what's the name of the hostel? We didn't want to tell them. And then they were like, oh, well, if you're looking for the hostel, go that way. And they were pointing
To the
towards
dark black street.
no, not street, but a park.
Oh.
Like a really, really like dark,
Sure, go in there.
dark park. And we were like, yeah, and I don't really remember, but I was so afraid. It was like right now it might sound like, yeah, whatever. It was just some random people. To be honest, sometimes you can tell when you look at people and the way they're acting, these are not normal. They don't mean any good. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
Nothing happened to us.
No gooders.
No gooders. Nothing happened to us. They let us go. It's fine.
Good.
They didn't steal anything. But it was really scary.
Yeah.
Plus, I had my little sister.
Yeah.
My little sister, who is actually 11 months older than me, but she's smaller, tinier, so she's my little sister. And I was so like afraid, you know. So I just went straight to like a mama bear kind of thing,
Yeah.
like go behind me kind of thing, and then I'll talk it out. And I did. It's fine. We went. It's fine. It's okay. Nothing happened. But again, it was, as you said, it was that kind of street that you shouldn't be going there, no.
Yeah.
You know, that you never know.
If it was a cartoon, you'd have one side, you'd have the blue sky and the birds, and on the other side, you'd have the scary dead trees and the wolves
And the thunders and stuff.
the yellow
yeah.
eyes
Yeah, absolutely. And the red eyes, yeah.
in the dark.
So that was that kind of street, I would
Yeah.
say. But so it was not nice.
But you came out going well, though.
Absolutely, nothing happened. But then, just to make it the reputation of Paris a little bit better, it was really beautiful in the daytime,
Yes.
in the proper parts of Paris.
Yes.
Just like Dublin. I went to Dublin just for like 2 days, though. I wasn't doing anything else there, just partying with my friend. Ahoy, Susanna. It's my best friend.
Yeah.
So then it was beautiful. Dublin was absolutely gorgeous.
Tis indeed, yeah. Tis
Yeah.
indeed, yeah. I mean, I absolutely loved it. I'm sure I was Irish in a different life, in an earlier life. Felt at home the moment I set my foot there. Actually, I really did.
But don't you miss it? Like don't
I
you feel
do. I miss it all the time. I do.
Yeah.
But I feel more at home here, though, where I am now. Like this is
Yeah?
this is my place on earth. Tis indeed, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but that was a little beginning of our history, though. We've gone through a lot more than that. That will be in episodes to come that we're going to share that. But yeah, I mean, how do you feel?
I feel like we've introduced ourselves well enough, so then you can actually get an idea who we are. why we do the podcast. The main reason is actually also to encourage people. Don't be afraid, like traveling and
Yeah.
exploring. The language barrier, like who cares? As I said,
It
like
works out.
absolutely. I mean, to be honest, like as I said when I came to England at first time, and I didn't speak English at all. Like I didn't understand, I didn't speak, but like look at me now. I mean, I'm not saying I speak nice and correct and all, but
No, but it's
I
not, I mean,
speak.
you speak well. You speak really well. And I mean,
Thank you.
obviously, you have an ear for language because your Norwegian is also great.
So do you. Oh, Norwegian. Don't get me even started on that one.
We're not going to do that on the podcast, though. No.
What, to speak Norwegian?
We can speak Norwegian, but
No,
it's
please
going to
no.
be in it
Please no.
is in English. It is in English.
It is in English.
Yeah. No, I feel like we introduced ourselves, yeah, and I mean, we're just gonna chit chat, anyways.
We're just gonna chit chat and like share stories with you because we've got so many more to tell, and other countries. Like we're gonna talk about New Zealand as well. We can talk about a little bit more about England if you're interested, in Ireland, Norway, and all about it. I mean, we've also traveled through other countries as well.
Yeah,
Traveled, not lived and worked, but traveled. You know,
we've been
so
around.
We've been around.
We've been around.
And this is more just to give you the courage of like if you are thinking of moving out of your home nest.
We
from
can
your
tell you to do
mom,
that.
We can tell you to do that. Also, we are on Instagram, Monali Talks, so you can give us a follow. You can also text us there if you want. You can have some questions. You can give us some tips, like what you would like to hear, for example. More deeply, we will go into the podcast. We will be sharing much more and deeper details, let's say, of our stories, of our lives and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah, some activities that we do and then we want to do, like Eleanor did skydiving not so long ago, for example. You know, last
was
year we
great.
did the dog sledding
Yeah.
in Hemsedal here in Norway, which was absolutely gorgeous experience.
So we can, but we can give you some advice of what to do, what not to do.
Yeah, that
And
too.
just how to go. I'm not saying go somewhere in life because that's no, but I'm saying like how to, I don't know, get the courage. Like if you feel like you want to travel, if you feel like you want to live somewhere else and do something else, then
Just do it.
just do it, for crying out loud. Yeah.
Just do it.
No, it's fun, and that's kind of the idea of what we were wanting to share, like our experience, and to encourage people to jump into it.
To jump
If
into
you
it,
have
to
a
make
dream
the-
to do it, then just do it. Okay.
Yeah, just to do the first step because that's all it takes. You will
Yeah.
always find friends. You will always find people that you like, that you hate, people they will help you, that they will not help you. It's always there. Like, come on, it's normal.
Yeah, I mean it's just life, isn't it?
It is.
It
is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
So I mean, should we round it up?
We should also the podcast because this is the episode number 1,
The pilot.
the pilot. And what do we do with the podcast in the future? How often do we?
Oh, we're gonna do it twice a month.
Twice a month.
Once every other week.
Yeah.
So our next episode will be airing on the 29th of January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we can, the next episode, just to give you a little teaser, we can touch on, I would really touch on New Zealand though.
Yeah, I mean,
As
I
well.
think we should dig in
Wow.
on New Zealand, yeah.
Absolutely. So we're going to talk about New Zealand, about the travels,
And lots of other things.
lots of other things as well, obviously, not just
Yes.
about that.
So, yeah. And so, everyone, thank you so much for listening to us. It's been an absolute pleasure. We've had
Thanks.
so much fun. Thanks. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. No, we've had so much fun doing this. And it's nice to finally be out there.
Absolutely. I'm so excited. I really hope you're going to like this episode. Please don't forget to support us because we would like to do it more and more and more with you.
Eventually, we're going to be on YouTube as well. And so please go into our Instagram and our YouTube. We will let you know when we launch that one. And then, just click a like and subscribe and follow.
Yes, please. Thank you. You will find us always under Monelli Talks.
Monelli Talks.
Yes.
Dot.
Don't forget about the ... It's important, all right?
All right. So, shall we say bye-ya?
We shall say bye-ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
See you later.